a top 5 finish, a strong run at Chicagoland, and now that trip to the R&D Center that could blow it all up. Denny Hamlin's car isn't just being inspected, it's being interrogated. And in this era of NASCAR, that single word R&D Center has been enough to end championship dreams before they even get started. So is this nothing? Or is Joe Gibbs Racing about to get hit where it hurts most? Here's what we know right now. After Sunday night's Cup Series race at Chicagoland Speedway, NASCAR pulled Denny Hamlin's number 11 machine for a deeper, more intensive inspection at the R&D Center. Hamlin crossed the line in 4th, another strong result in a season that's already been loaded with him. But finishing well doesn't matter if the car doesn't check out, and that's exactly the storm cloud hanging over Joe Gibbs Racing this week. Let's be clear about something. Getting pulled for extra inspection is not automatically a guilty verdict. NASCAR does this regularly, and plenty of cars go through the process and come out completely clean. But context matters here, and the context is brutal. In the next-gen car era, when NASCAR has taken a car to the R&D Center, it has not always ended quietly. There have been cases where teams lost triple-digit points in a single ruling. Not a slap on the wrist, a full-blown gut punch to a season. That's the shadow following Hamlin into this week. And remember who we're talking about. This isn't some back marker sneaking into the top 10. This is Denny Hamlin, a driver having one of the most complete, most dangerous seasons of his career. A driver who is a serious championship threat right now. If NASCAR finds something, anything, this isn't just a penalty. It's a season-altering gut check for a team that cannot afford distractions heading into the stretch run. Now here's where we go deeper, because this is bigger than one inspection. Elite teams live on the edge. That's not an accusation. That's how championship-level NASCAR operates. Every top team pushes the rulebook as far as it can bend without snapping. Joe Gibbs Racing has never been an exception. They engineer for speed first and ask forgiveness later if they have to. The risk? In this next-gen era, NASCAR's inspection process has gotten sharper, more technical, and far less forgiving. Small margins that used to slide are now magnified under a microscope. A minor bodywork discrepancy, an aerodynamic gray area, something that shaved off 1/10 of a second on Sunday could turn into a 5-figure fine and a triple-digit points deduction by midweek. And here's the strategic gamble every top team makes. Push hard enough to win and you risk exposure. Play it safe and you risk falling behind teams willing to take that same risk. Right now, we don't know which side of that line Hamlin and JGR landed on. But the fact that NASCAR flagged this car for extra scrutiny tells you they saw something worth a second look. That alone should make Gibbs Racing's engineering room a little tense this week. Is this smart risk-taking from a team fighting for a championship, or is this the moment JGR's aggression finally catches up to them? That's the real question hanging over Charlotte right now. You already know how this splits. Hamlin's fans are going to call this routine, a strong finish, a random inspection, nothing to see here. Business as usual for a top team running up front. But critics, they're going to pounce. Every time Hamlin's name gets connected to a rules conversation, the internet lights up. This is a driver who's no stranger to controversy, no stranger to blunt commentary, and no stranger to being NASCAR's most polarizing star. Love him or hate him, people react to Denny Hamlin. If this inspection turns up clean, it's a non-story by Thursday. If it doesn't, this becomes the biggest storyline in the garage heading into the next race weekend. Let's lay out both roads this could take. Best case for Hamlin and Joe Gibbs Racing. The car passes inspection completely clean. Nothing found, no penalty, and Hamlin walks away with his 4th place finish, his playoff points, and his momentum fully intact. The story dies by the weekend, and the number 11 keeps rolling toward a championship push. Worst case, NASCAR finds something. A meaningful infraction triggers a points penalty, maybe a fine, maybe even a suspension for a crew member depending on severity. Suddenly a top 5 run turns into a net negative for the season, and Hamlin's championship math gets a lot more complicated overnight. One of those outcomes changes nothing. The other one changes everything. So here's the question heading into this week. Is NASCAR right to come down hard on top teams pushing the limits, or has the inspection process gotten too aggressive for its own good? Drop your take in the comments. Do you think Hamlin's car comes back clean, or is this the start of a real penalty story? If you want the update the moment NASCAR rules on this, make sure you're subscribed to SportsWire USA, because we'll have it before anyone else does.